Hi, I'm Mark Paradise, founder of System Improvements, and I'm here today to talk about AI. AI is like the biggest buzzword in industry right now, and people are making some wild claims about it, how it's going to either replace humans or at least make our work easier or maybe put us out of a job. And so we, of course, been looking at AI as well, and we have been looking at it for how to use it for root cause analysis. And it was interesting to me because I started to see these articles coming out from people who say they were implementing AI as part of their root cause analysis. And I saw one article that said it was going to reduce the effort required by 60%, and there was no training required, and all you had to do was put in a video and it would have your report for you in 5 minutes with the root causes. And I thought, wow, that's really pretty amazing. But I really didn't believe it. I couldn't believe you just put a video in and get root causes out. So I read the fine print. And when you read the fine print, you saw that what they were doing was, they said they put in a video, but the video had to have the complete story. And I started to think, well, what industrial facilities have videos with good audio and they could just stick this into a computer and pop, here comes an investigation. So almost nobody has that. And then in their little fine print they said, oh yeah, but if you don't have good audio or you don't have good video or you don't have complete video, well then all you need to do is write a description of what happened. And a description of what happened seemed a lot like you writing the report for the thing. So it didn't make any sense to me. You know, you're writing the report and pops out in 5 minutes. Well, it just pops out what you gave it. And if you don't have any training for the people who are writing the report, how do they know what the AI is going to need to find the root causes? So you really don't know, if you don't put good things in, how is good things going to come out? Well, maybe the AI is just going to invent answers, which AI can do. It can invent answers, and the investigator will just put some garbage in and expect to get great stuff out. But that's not the way the world works. So I started to thinking about what I did for my master's degree in human factors and nuclear engineering, and that was all about what automation should do in the next generation of nuclear power plants. One of the things based on my research was some research done about the skill, rules, and knowledge-based decision-making, the Rasmussen's model. And what I sort of thought is, and I did testing in this thesis, was at the time, which was back in the middle 80s, people didn't have automation for much in the nuclear industry. There was very little automation. It was very much done on the skill-based level and nothing above. And what people were thinking about was, oh, we should make it so that the automation, in this case AI, is doing a lot of the thinking for the human beings. It's actually thinking about what the root causes should be and what the answer should be. And what I found was that there's a lot of danger to doing that. There's a danger to doing that because people will believe what the AI says, especially if they don't have good training in root cause analysis. They're going to have no choice but to believe what the AI says. And what we really want them to do is for the AI to help them without taking over their job. So the AI could help, but the people still need to be trained and need to understand what the AI is doing. The AI has to be transparent so that the person doing the investigation could say, well, the AI said this, why did it say that? Do I agree or disagree with that? Is that something that I'm going to be able to implement? Or is that something I should say, no, the AI is off base with this? And it's hard to say that automation or AI is wrong, because the better the AI is, the more it's going to be right most of the time. And therefore, you're going to have to disagree with AI. And then you're going to have to justify that to people, because they're going to think, well, the AI is right, just junior investigator's wrong. He just doesn't know, or she just doesn't know. So it's very hard to disagree with AI. And if this is a safety critical system, which a lot of your incident investigations are going to be, then you're really leaving safety critical decisions up to AI. And if you don't know what it based the decisions on, then you're in real trouble, because you may make the AI answers be what you decide to do, and it really doesn't fix your problems, and it makes an incident more likely, or at least doesn't reduce the likelihood of the incident. That's my opinion on where we are. Where are we at system improvements? Well, we've started developing AI assistance as part of our root cause analysis. We've waited till now because the AI systems in the past really weren't dependable enough to even do the things that we thought we'd do. But AI has grown dependable enough so that it can handle some of these, I'll say, mundane tasks that an investigator has to do, and automate some of those so that the investigation can maybe get done quicker, maybe get done better, maybe have better conclusions, but at least it's an assistant to the human, not a replacement for the human. So the sad news is you're not gonna save 60% of your time on investigation. You aren't going to be able to film a video or take a video from your CCTV and pop it into the computer. 5 minutes later, you've got an answer. That just isn't realistic. And anybody selling you anything like that is really not selling you a practical solution. That's what my research was about when I was at the University of Illinois. And hopefully when we get done with our AI development, which won't be long from now, our first modules are going to be coming out this summer. We should have it all wrapped up by Christmas time, I'm hoping, cross my fingers. But it's one of those things that you'd rather be right than wrong. You'd rather have a good answer than a fast answer. You'd rather have an answer you can believe in than an answer you doubt. And so that's why we're taking the cautious approach to implementing AI and testing AI considerably before we put it out there to actually accomplish root cause analysis, or really aid people in accomplishing root cause analysis. One more thing before I go. There's lots more details in the article that I wrote, and we will put a link for that article down below in the description, and you can click on that, go to the article, and read even more about how AI can impact your root cause analysis. Thanks.